Hey friends! Welcome back to my channel. Today, very exclusive news of 7 Little Johnston. Let's get started. Anna Johnston had always been the cheerful, independent daughter of the 7 Little Johnstons family. But behind her radiant smile and the busy life of reality television, she carried a secret that only her closest confidants knew. For 3 years, Anna had been quietly building a relationship with Daniel, a banker whose calm nature and steady presence gave her the sense of security she longed for. Their romance was not born out of sudden passion, but grew slowly, nurtured by trust and shared dreams. Daniel admired Anna's strength and resilience, while Anna found comfort in his unwavering support. They met often in quiet places, parks, small cafes, and hidden corners of town, where the world could not intrude. Anna knew that her family might not understand. The Johnstons had always been protective, especially when it came to matters of love and marriage, but Anna believed that love was not something to be timed or measured. It was something to be felt deeply. And with Daniel, she felt it every single day. This hidden romance became the foundation of Anna's courage. Though she kept it private for years, she knew that one day the truth would have to come out. And when it did, it would change her life forever. However, Daniel had always believed that love should be expressed in the simplest yet most meaningful ways. After 3 years of quiet devotion, he knew the time had come to ask Anna the most important question of his life. It wasn't in a grand hall or under dazzling lights. It was in the little park where they had shared countless conversations, laughter, and dreams. The evening sun painted the sky in shades of gold, and the gentle breeze carried the scent of blooming flowers. Daniel held Anna's hand, his voice trembling but filled with sincerity. "Anna," he began softly, "you've been my strength, my joy, and my peace. I don't want another day to pass without knowing you'll be by my side forever. Will you marry me?" Anna's heart raced. Tears welled in her eyes, not from uncertainty but from overwhelming happiness. She had always known Daniel was the one. With a radiant smile, she whispered the word that would change both their lives. Yes. However, when Anna finally gathered the courage to share her secret with her parents, Trent and Amber Johnston, the atmosphere in the Johnston household shifted dramatically. For years, they had believed Anna's focus should remain on her education, her career, and her personal growth. Marriage, in their eyes, was something for the distant future. The revelation of her 3-year relationship with Daniel came as a shock. Trent, protective and firm, voiced his concern. "Anna, you're too young. Marriage is a lifelong commitment, and you need more time." Amber echoed his words, reminding Anna of the family's values and the importance of waiting for the right moment. Her siblings, too, expressed hesitation. They worried that Anna was rushing into something she might later regret. Yet Anna's heart was unwavering. She stood tall, her voice steady, and declared, "I love Daniel very much, and I know this is the right time for us. We are going to get married soon." The disagreement grew into a painful divide. Anna hoped her family would eventually understand, even inviting them to her wedding with the sincere wish that they would stand by her side. But the Johnston family, bound by their convictions, chose not to attend. However, the morning of Anna and Daniel's wedding was filled with anticipation. Though the absence of the Johnston family weighed heavily on Anna's heart, she chose to focus on the love that surrounded her. Daniel's family welcomed her warmly, treating her not as an outsider but as one of their own. Their smiles, blessings, and heartfelt words gave Anna the courage she needed to walk down the aisle. The ceremony itself was intimate and beautiful. Soft flowers lined the pathway, and gentle music filled the air. Anna's dress shimmered under the lights, simple yet elegant, reflecting her personality perfectly. As she walked toward Daniel, her face glowed with confidence and joy. Daniel's eyes never left hers, filled with admiration and love. When they exchanged vows, the moment was pure and sincere. Anna promised to stand by Daniel through every challenge, while Daniel vowed to protect and cherish her for the rest of his life. The rings they placed on each other's fingers symbolized not just their union, but their determination to build a future together, despite the obstacles. Though her family's absence was undeniable, Anna chose not to dwell on it. Instead, she embraced the happiness of the day, holding Daniel's hand tightly as they were pronounced husband and wife. The applause of Daniel's family echoed through the hall, and Anna's smile revealed that, in her heart, she had found her true home. However, with the vows exchanged and the rings shining on their fingers, Anna and Daniel stepped into the first days of their married life. The wedding had been intimate and emotional, but now it was time for them to celebrate their union away from the whispers of family disagreements and public speculation. The couple kept their honeymoon destination a closely guarded secret. Friends and relatives speculated endlessly. Some believed they had chosen a quiet island retreat where the ocean waves would sing them to sleep, while others imagined a romantic European adventure filled with cobblestone streets and candlelit dinners. Anna, radiant in her happiness, shared only one clue. It's somewhere we can just be ourselves, away from everything else. Daniel smiled knowingly, promising that wherever they went, it would be a place where love could flourish without interruption. As they boarded their flight, hand in hand, Anna felt a sense of freedom she had never known before. This was not just a honeymoon, it was the beginning of a new chapter, a journey where she and Daniel would write their own story, guided only by love and trust. However, when news of Anna Johnston's secret marriage began to spread, fans of 7 Little Johnstons were taken completely by surprise. Social media platforms lit up with discussions, debates, and heartfelt messages. Some viewers expressed admiration for Anna's courage, praising her for following her heart despite the challenges. They saw her decision as a bold step toward independence, a sign that she was ready to carve her own path in life. Others, however, voiced concern and disappointment. They sympathized with Trent and Amber Johnston, believing that parents naturally want the best for their children and that Anna might have rushed into marriage too soon. The absence of the Johnston family at the wedding became a focal point of conversation, with fans divided between supporting Anna's choice and defending her parents' caution. Entertainment blogs and fan pages quickly picked up the story, adding fuel to the fire. Headlines speculated about the family rift, while online polls asked viewers to share their opinions. The debate grew larger than the marriage itself. It became a conversation about family honor, independence, and the balance between tradition and personal happiness. However, in the midst of criticism, family conflict, and public debate, Anna Johnston's courage became her defining strength. She knew the choices she made would not be easy, but she refused to let fear or doubt dictate her happiness. Anna stood firm, believing that love was worth fighting for. She had listened to her parents' concerns, endured the disappointment of her siblings, and faced the judgment of strangers online. Yet through it all, she held on to the truth that her marriage to Daniel was not a mistake. It was her destiny. Her quiet resilience inspired many. Young women watching her journey saw in Anna a reflection of their own struggles, the desire to be independent, to make choices for themselves, and to follow their hearts even when the world disagreed. Anna became a symbol of strength, showing that courage is not about defiance alone, but about embracing life with conviction and grace. However, in the weeks following Anna and Daniel's wedding, the Johnston household was quieter than usual. Though Trent and Amber had stood firm in their decision not to attend, the absence weighed heavily on them. For all their concerns about Anna's age and readiness, they could not ignore the undeniable truth. Anna was happy. Amber often replayed the moment Anna had invited them, her voice filled with hope. "I want you there. I want my family with me." That memory lingered, stirring feelings of regret. Trent, too, began to question whether their protective instincts had overshadowed the daughter's right to choose her own path. The siblings whispered among themselves, wondering if they had been too harsh. They missed Anna's laughter, her presence at family gatherings, and the bond that had always held them together. Slowly, the realization grew that love and acceptance might heal the rift more than resistance ever could. Though reconciliation had not yet taken place, the possibility hung in the air. Fans of 7 Little Johnstons hoped that time would soften the family's stance, allowing them to embrace Anna's marriage as part of her journey rather than a dishonor. For Anna, the door remained open. She had never stopped loving her family, even when they chose not to stand beside her. However, Anna and Daniel's union became more than just a wedding. It grew into a symbol of love's ability to transcend expectations, traditions, and even family disagreements. Though the Johnston family's absence was deeply felt, Anna chose to see her marriage not as a rebellion, but as a declaration of her right to live authentically. Together, Anna and Daniel embodied the idea that love is not bound by age, timing, or approval. It is bound only by the hearts of those who share it. Their story resonated with many who had faced similar struggles, reminding them that happiness is a personal journey, not something dictated by others. For Anna, the marriage was proof that courage and conviction could lead to fulfillment. For Daniel, it was a chance to show unwavering devotion to the woman he cherished. And for those watching from afar, their union became a reminder that sometimes the most powerful love stories are the ones that defy convention. What do you think? I have shared everything I managed to find out. Please leave your comments below. How true do you think this marriage is? What is your opinion on Anna Johnston marrying against her 7 Little Johnston family's wishes? Stay tuned, as a detailed video on this topic is coming soon. Until then, stay well. If you liked this video, please give it a like and don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Thanks for watching. Bye, guys!